Today, we'll be focusing on the environmental impacts of industrial agriculture. As the human population and purchasing power increases, the global demand for dairy products and crops continues to increase. In 2016, millions of farmers worldwide tend approximately 270 million dairy cows to produce milk, which has increased since 2012 according to World Wildlife. And with each cow needing 2 to 5 acres of land, a lot of land has to be cleared. Similarly, crop farming industry is currently booming due to the newly discovered versatility of crops in the biofuel field, and also the ever-increasing human population. As of now, 37% of the earth is used for crop farming alone, and this will continue to increase over the years. All of the above will then lead to a growing pressure on natural resources, including fresh water and soil, and the loss of ecological areas such as forests will occur. Hence, when livestock and crop farming is practiced recklessly with the sole purpose to meet the increasing demand, there are severe ramifications to the overall ecosystem. But what are the ramifications are we talking about here?
Clearing land for farm use results in loss of natural habitat. Approximately 50% of habitable land has already been converted to farmland, and this figure is expected to rise as the global demand for food increases. Natural habitats converted to farmland will become monoculture, which means that the rich biodiversity in the area will be lost. This may result in irreversible damage to the local ecosystem and even extinction of endangered flora and fauna. Unsustainable agricultural practices, such as overgrazing, will also result in soil degradation. If not managed carefully, land desertification will eventually occur, rendering the land useless for agriculture. According to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, more than half of all agricultural land is affected by soil degradation. Hence, this is a pressing issue that we must address.
The industrial farming of livestock is a significant issue as well, causing pollution to the environment. There are an estimated 98.4 million cattle in USA alone, and each one of them produces waste in the form of dung and methane gas. In fact, cows contribute 28% of all methane gas pollution each year. Methane gas is a greenhouse gas that is far more devastating than carbon dioxide, being 84 times as potent at storing heat in our atmosphere. Cows produce 29.5 kilograms of dung and 13.2 liters of urine per day. Many farms store this waste in large anaerobic tanks, also known as manure lagoons, which can span up to several football fields. Studies have shown that these lagoons leak at a rate of 1 mm per day. Poor construction or weather conditions can lead to pollution. For example, in 1999, Hurricane Floyd hit North Carolina, releasing 25 gallons of manure. Tests were done afterwards on nearby wells, when it was discovered that 9% of all wells contain fecal coliform bacteria, when normally any tests indicating hints of feces are cause for immediate action. Crop farming also pollutes the environment in the form of soil runoff. Farms use a large amount of pesticides, and when it rains, the chemicals leak into water sources, poisoning them as well as the wildlife living within.
Another issue caused by farming is genetic erosion. This stems from genetically modified crops grown with desired traits such as enhanced resistance to herbicides or improved nutritional content. There has been a significant increase in the number of genetically engineered crops grown worldwide. In the US, there has been an exponential growth of various genetically modified crops. As a result, modern crops are only able to retain a small percentage of their genetic characteristics, with approximately 75% of genetic diversity lost in the last century. This hinders the ability of crops such as corn and potatoes to adapt to changing environmental conditions. It makes them more susceptible to pathogens and, more significantly, diminishes their long-term viability and food security for us humans. The next issue induced by farming is the unsustainable use of water. The agricultural sector consumes 70% of the Earth's available freshwater, more than double of that used in industries. The primary cause of this waste is inefficiency in irrigation. The solution? Simply more efficient irrigation systems, according to Jude Collier, who was part of the Committee on Climate Change in the UK. If not implemented soon, the issue of water scarcity and depleting groundwater supplies will be increasingly prevalent worldwide.
One possible solution will be the drip irrigation. It is a type of micro-irrigation that has the potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either from above the soil surface or buried below the surface. The goal is to place water directly into the root zone and minimize evaporation. If properly designed, installed and managed, drip irrigation may help achieve water conservation by reducing evaporation and deep drainage, since water can be more precisely applied to the plant's roots. The most conventional drip irrigation system can be made to pulse by using a timer. The pulse drip irrigation is sometimes used to decrease the amount of water delivered to the plant at any one time, thus reducing runoff or deep percolation. Despite the fact that it is expensive, manufacturers are focused towards developing new technologies that deliver irrigation water at ultra-low flow rates, such as less than 1 liter per hour. Slow and even delivery further improves water use efficiency without incurring the expense and complexity of pulse delivery equipments.
Industrial agriculture is unsustainable in the long run. Large areas of once fertile land has already been lost due to poor agricultural practices. Hence, consumers and producers have a shared responsibility to ensure our food production is sustainable for generations to come. Else, mankind will have to pay the ultimate price.